Begin.
The novel T.T. Weil is written by the author Lauren Miracle. The three main characters are Maddie, Zoe, and Angela. The book takes place in high school. In the beginning of the book, the winsome threesome promise to not let stupidity get in the way, but stupidity enters their lives. Angela believes this is the year she'll find the boy of her dreams, and soon she finds a boy named Rob, and they start dating. Then later, Rob breaks up with her. Around the beginning of the book, Zoe's teacher, Mr. H, begins taking her to church and hot tubbing dates. In the middle of the book, Maddie becomes best friends with the queen bee, Jana. A little later, Jana takes Maddie to a party where Maddie gets drunk and ends up taking her clothes off from the waist and up. When Maddie was half naked, Jana took a picture of her and then sends it to the entire school. Maddie feels embarrassed by what Jana did to her and does not talk to Jana. In the end, Zoe, Maddie, and Angela are best friends again.
Thank you, Ms. Fossey. You may deliver your position statement.
I believe that T.T. Weil should be banned because of these two reasons. The language in the book was highly inappropriate. The girls would swear a lot and talk about very inappropriate things. A reason this book has been banned in some places is because of the foul language. My second reason why this book should be banned is because of the events. I think this book should be banned because of the content, because the incidents are highly unsuitable for some ages, which has been proven. I'm not the only one who came up with this conclusion, because this book has earned the #1 spot by the ALA, which is the American Library Association, for being banned in the year of 2011. This book was also the most challenged book of 2009. That is why the book should be banned, because of the improper words they use and the occurrence that took place in the book.
Ms. Molnar, you may now deliver your position statement.
Okay, sir. I'd like to begin my statement by saying that your parents must be in control of what you read. This book is meant for teenagers and not for second graders. And I have no idea why this book is banned, because this book may have, as you heard in the summary, it yes, can be inappropriate, but it's not even meant for 8-year-olds. In fact, if you go to the public library, it's in the young adult section. And it's actually kind of sad, because most of the kids these days actually already know most of this stuff because of this generation, and I kind of agree with it. I understand why it should be banned in certain parts, but people give really bad reasons for it. And about the foul language, that's not even one of the rules. For the grammar part, people that I've heard complain about the grammar part, but the book is meant for texting. It is not meant for any kind of. It's not meant for real work about language, and if you shouldn't use it in any school or formal activities.
Ms. Fossey, you have 1 minute for your rebuttal.
Okay. I believe you were mistaken when you said, even though it's in the young adults, that doesn't mean a 10-year-old's going to go up and read it. So it should be banned, because even though it's there, anyone can still read it. And why would they get it? Because they can read the summary still, and they would see that it's not good. And I also believe that is correct, because it's also been unsuited for some ages. Like I said before, it's the most challenged book in the year of 2009, and it has earned the #1 spot for being banned by the American Library Association, which is also known as the ALA, in the year of 2011. And then when you also said, they know it, when they know about the content, I don't think they should still read it, because you never know, they might not know about some of the parts in the book.
Ms. Molnar, you now have 1 minute for your rebuttal.
When I heard about the reasons why the book should be banned, none of it even included about the foul language about it. And I agree about your point about when you said that some kids don't know about this stuff, but then they shouldn't have the choice to read it, because people should choose whether or not they want to read it or not. People like me really actually enjoyed the book, ignoring all the bad language and stuff like that. I enjoyed it, and I'm pretty sure you did too. If you didn't, that's okay with you. You didn't have to ask your parents to ban the book, no. Because people really need a choice to read what they want in life. I'm pretty sure if I could ask my sister right now, she wouldn't want to read it because of the language. But that's okay, because that's her choice. I feel like everyone should have a choice about what they can. I feel like maybe even in the future that it might even affect how we write now, because we write the words, for example, cannot as can't or make it quicker. We might even do that as numbers in the future along the way. So this could be actually a good inspiration for some people in the future. And I still agree with your points about how sometimes people shouldn't, like a 10-year-old, shouldn't go up and get it. But that's their choice if they want to or not.
Ms. Fossey, you have an optional 30 seconds to conclude your thoughts.
Okay, and I thought you were mistaken when you said that, like, I agree with you when you said you enjoyed it. I did too, but even though you'd ask someone, do you want to read it, that doesn't, like, they shouldn't read it still, because you never know, like, if they don't read the summary, if they just go right into it, they're going to read it, and they won't understand, like, if it was like an 8-year-old reading it, they wouldn't understand what was going on. And it does set a bad example, like, for younger kids.
Ms. Mulder, you now have an optional 30 seconds to conclude your thoughts.
Okay, well, when my brother said that, when you told me about how some 8-year-olds shouldn't go up and read the book without reading the summary. For example, I never even read the summary. I just saw the book and it looked interesting because it kind of related how to me from the cover, because I text a lot and it said TTYL. So even if you don't read the summary, you should still have the option to read the book. I agree with you in the fact that if you ask an 8-year-old to read it without reading the summary, they shouldn't read it because they're too young for that stuff. And I agree because it should be not for elementary schools. But I still agree that...
Thank you, Ms. Fossey and Ms. Mulder, for participating.